Hey guys, welcome. How are you guys? Today I want to show you guys a bit about the features on home building. So, as you know or may not know, you can go to Gedonia and build yourself a house. And the way you can find it is basically you will probably spawn in the green valleys. That's where the start of the journey is, I think. Simply head over to Endless Fields and you're gonna see a house icon. Go over there and buy yourself a land. It'll cost you like 200 gold. So here I want to show you some features. Maybe not many people have explored enough on what you can do on this, but I think it's very helpful. It's a very nice way to level up experience by crafting a lot of things, but also has features which gives you resources, not just that you have to go and kill some beast to get the resources, but you can get them in the house as well. And also there's buffs in the house that you can buy and gives you some stat bonuses. So let's go ahead and do it. Just simply click on the use builder mode. I'm going to show you the most useful ones first. As you can see, you have a icon hover that switches towards a house or a forest. Let's go over to the house. I mean the tree icon looking thing. There's functional decorations. Decorations are just as it says, just to decorate your home. But what's really useful is the functional aspect. So in the functional side, you're going to see a lot of different zones, and they're quite cheap, to be honest. You can really get a decent amount for a low price. So I would really recommend you getting these. I don't know if in future uh, patches or whatever that the price will go higher because people can abuse it, because you can get a lot of money this way. But let me show you. First one, you have crafting spots. So as it says, allows you to craft a variety of goods. So it costs you 60 gold. You can spam spots. So if you want 5 of these or 5 of another zone, you can just spam it as long as you have the money. This crafting spot gives you a lot of different ways for you to craft. You can enchant, or you can craft any accessories. You can also craft, let's say this is for mage, so you can craft mage gears or enchant your gears. Sorry, embroider your gears, so you can get extra bonus stats, 40 more HP, 20 more stamina, 40 more mana, as long as you have the resources for it. In the house itself, we have zones that gives you resources, but for now, for this patch, you only get resources for the first 3 items. So for this red silk, you're gonna have to kill some monsters, and for this patch, as of patch 30D, I think, there's no mobs that drops these yet. So that's for the mage. This one is for the leather armor. So if you're an archer, you can craft your gears as an archer, but also you can upgrade things like crit chance, accuracy, and move speed. So what I'm gonna do is I have a lot of points here. I did some messing with the files. So I'm gonna show you all of the different things that you can do craft. I'm gonna go ahead and level up all of these skills just to give you guys a general view of what you can craft. Let's go here and here. Do I have all of the items? I think so. Yeah, I have all of these items. All right. So as for the enchanting, you can craft gears, jewelries, accessories, things that gives you bonus stats. Of course, later the game, the higher you level up your what is it? Your enchanting, the higher you level up, the better gears you can craft. They are not restricted to a level. Your character has a level. Again, the limit is 50, but I messed with the file, so I get 61. But story short, your character level is not limited to these things. So you can get these items without meeting a level requirement because there is no level requirement for that. So you can craft all of these nice gears, but you can also enchant your weapons and make sure that they give you a mana regen or a knockback chance. For this, you'll need the blue crystal and the red crystal, which the house building design features produces those resources for you, so you don't have to go and kill too many mobs. This you can find it in the swamp, black swamp, I think that's what it's called. Let me see. And the poisonous swamp, sorry, you can find that in the poisonous swamp. And for this last item, it's still not in the game yet, so don't worry about it. Here you have the mage equipments. Again, the later items, the higher you level up your tailoring, the better gears you can craft. This is for the leatherworking. If you're an archer, you can get really nice bonus stats and mana, stamina, health, percentage damage, critical strike chance. You can craft all of the late game, or at least up till now, the late game gears. You can craft them. They're craftable, and you have the resource for that. For patching, again, you have all of these materials that you can get from the house, except for the mystical letter, and then this one that's not in the game yet. So for the first three items, you can get them in the house features, so you can craft more stuff with it. For the mystical letter, you can only get this in the poisonous swamp, I think. Then you have the blacksmithing. You can craft a lot again for your heavy gears if you're going for a tank build or more of a warrior. You can craft arrows here as well, which is really nice because sometimes arrows can get expensive or a chore to be finding it throughout the kingdom in empty barrels or whatnot. So you can craft them for really cheap. One copper ore can craft you 10 arrows, and one iron ore can give you 5 arrows. So these are really nice to take advantage of, so it saves you a lot. And of course, you can harden your armor so you can increase its armor a little bit. You have cooking as well, so all of your potions, and as usual, the more points you invest into alchemy, the better potions you can make. It's the same for everyone. So you can really get some nice potion stats. You can get a potion of oblivion, which resets your skill points. You don't have to spend 700 gold at the Tauren Kingdom to buy one. There's a lot of other nice stats. Increase magic damage by 50%. High tier potion, strong mana, gives you more mana and mana regen every 2 seconds. So those are really nice stuff. And for the last one, you have cooking. So for now, the cooking is a bit limited. You only have meat, baked ribs, and tender meat, and each one gives certain stats. But what's really nice is that you can put more ingredients in it and more seasonings in it. That gives you a lot of more bonus stats or increase in accuracy, things like that. So it's really nice. You have all of the crafting materials right where you need them. It's just really handy. You should take advantage of if you don't like going back and forth to constantly craft. But even if that's not the case, there's plenty of other crafting areas around the map that you can make use of. You don't have to come back home. As for the second things, you have farms. You can spam as many as you want as long as they fit. Let me go ahead and spam a few. You have the yarn farm. You have the food farm. You have mining spots. And then you have crystal mining spots. And lastly, you have animal farming. And of course, you have a handy item here, homing spot, so you can teleport directly to your home. But that's not necessary unless you want to make a cool mage teleportation spot here for your mage character, because there's already a teleport here nearby, so you don't really need this one. Let's go ahead and visit all of the other crafting spots that we have. We have the farm. This is for your alchemy stuff. You can get all of these loots. It tells you how much hours it takes to produce it. So 24 means 24 in-game hours. You can make, and it tells you the amount you get for each harvest. You get about 5 per harvest. You get here 5 healthy roots. Here you get 4 calm wheats, 4 blue stems, 3 night eyes, 3 blood flower. So it tells you the amount per harvest. There's 3 slots. So if I say I want to craft 3 times of this, each harvest will give me 3 night eye. And that's how it works. You also have the yarn farm. This is for your mage gear. You have tin cloth, silk, and enchanted cloth. And again, you see 48 means 48 in-game hours before it's ready for harvest. And you see the amount it gives you: 3 enchanted cloth, 4 silk, and about 5 tin cloth. This one is your farm in general. This is for your cooking. So for example, potatoes takes you 32 hours. It's pretty much the same for pepper. The only difference is that different types again gives you different stat bonuses. So make sure you make a few or you take a few in the kingdom so you already know beforehand what you're getting. And again, it tells you the amount. So like for the fragrant herbs, you can only get one per harvest. So maybe you want to make 2 or 3 farms. Those are just examples. Then we go for mining farms or mining zones. I call them zones because I don't know what else to call them. The mining zone gives you copper, iron, and huge mineral deposits. So there's 2 types. Again, you have 3 slots. You have small copper ore, which gives you 3 ores instead of the huge copper ore, which gives you 6 ores. And of course, the time duration for harvest is a bit longer if you pick for the huge copper. You have iron deposits and mineral ore. This is really handy if you don't like mining or going throughout the whole map to mine. You can just get them right from your home, and you can spam these. So as long as they fit inside the range of the building, you can just make as many mining spots or zones as you want. Then we have the crystal mining zones. Here you only have a magic crystal and red magic crystals that you can harvest. You have the small ones, which only gives you one, thus 24 hours, or the magic crystals, the bigger ones, at least from the blue version, that gives you 3 small magic crystals. Well, oh, never mind. Sorry, they're the same item. So you get one small magic crystal for this one. It takes you 24 hours, and then you get 3, but it takes you 48 hours. So, and then you have red magic crystals. It takes 56 in-game hours, and you only get 1 per harvest. So there's 3 slots. That means you get 3 if you spam it. Just to show you how they look. So if I choose a copper, it'll give me something else. An iron and a mineral, they look different as well. Different with the food, tomato, pepper, potatoes, and wheat gives you different. Silk, enchanted cloth, and tin cloth makes it look, they're pretty much the same actually. For your alchemy, I think they look different. Let me see. Yep, they look different. They give different looks, which is nice. It's cool. And lastly, we have the animal farm. This is for your leather armor as an archer, or if you're a light armor kind of character, you can get leather here. So for example, it's the same thing. Rabbit takes 30 in-game hours for harvest, gives you 1 tin leather, 3 raw meat, and 2 tin leather. Chicken gives you 3 eggs for cooking, raw meat for cooking, and tin leather. Pigs gives you 2 ribs for better other stats bonuses that comes with ribs, cooking, and thick leather. Cows gives you more thick leather, more raw meat, and more milk. Bulls gives you rug leather, which is a stronger version of the leather, makes you be able to craft better gears, and gives you tender meat for other bonus, and it takes 70 hours. So those were all of the zones that you get. They're really helpful. They make your life easier, less grindy. So take advantage of them. They're very cheap. And just to show you that you also have a teleportation one, what's useful, I guess you could say, is you can just go ahead and use it. Check this item. You'll get a homing spot, and you can activate it to return to your home no matter where you are. So you don't have to go to a local teleport spot throughout the map. You can just activate it in your inventory. That's really helpful if you want to get there back quickly. So in that sense, they're actually useful. Let's go ahead and look at how the building is functioned. So you see there's a square rough soil here. This is the zone where you can craft your house. So any furnitures, walls, foundations, they can only be crafted within the range. So let me go ahead and show you. I can make a foundation, but I can't make one past that. That's all the limit it gives me. So this is your range that you can make. It's about 1 2 3 4 5 by 5, 5 by 6, 4, sorry, I can't count, but gives you a nice range. You can craft all of your walls, for doors as well. They are a bit pricey, so you might want to get a bit more gold. I would recommend first buying the functionals. So get the zones out and get a crafting spot and start making your money like that. It's the easiest and fastest, most efficient way, I think, of making money. And then you can worry about designing your home once you get a bit more income. Of course, I do recommend you investing more points into whatever crafting you decide to go to, because the higher tier items will obviously give you a lot more gold for you to sell to NPCs, merchants, or whatever. Because the lower items here, the low tier items, don't really give that much gold. So I really recommend you investing a bit more and crafting the later gears, which gives you more gold. Brews, everything, you have a chest, which is important. You can spam these chests as many as you want, and you can use them as storage. They only come in 4x4 storage. You also have small chests, which gives you a more limited amount, so about 2x4 slots. You have a bed as well, which is handy. You can get a better version of the bed or a cheaper version if you are a peasant, but they both function the same. You can sleep for 12 hours or how many hours you want. This is very useful, for example, if you want a bit higher of these stats, and they last for 20 minutes if you sleep. There's no benefit in sleeping only 1 hour or 2 hours or 6 hours, so make sure you sleep the 12 hours fully to get this stats regen bonus. What's also helpful about sleeping is that once you start putting your plants, your crops, your animals, it's gonna start giving you how many hours until it reaches to the point of harvest. So if it takes you 48 hours, it currently has only 2 hours. So if you want to speed it up, go ahead and sleep for 12 hours. The only thing is that you can't spam this, so you'll have to wait 20 minutes for this effect that you get from sleeping to go away, and then you can sleep 12 more hours. So those are some limitations. We also have lighting. So if you go to other, let me go to other, you have the mage torches, you could say. They're mage torches, or you have candles, or you have the, I guess this is a wall torch that you can get. So those are some of the things you can get. I won't go through everything. You can look at it yourself. So I've shown you the bed that you can get, the chests, the lighting for your rooms, and you can also get a lighting and the decorations. You can get a street lamp, but you can't place them inside. They have to be outside of the certain range that I showed you. Other things that I want to show you are, for example, the buffs. What are the buffs that you can get inside the home, and are they worth it? I'll leave that to you. Maybe I'll show some of bit of my opinion. So let's go ahead and get some of the buffs. You have the resting items. So these are the things that you can sit on, like a chair, a bench, fancy stuff of a bench. Let's see what kind of buffs you get and if they're the same. So for a regular seat or a chair, you get a rested legs. You get 10% increased stamina for 10 minutes. If I sit on a rested bench, will that be the same? Let me see. You can also remove it by shift clicking it. And then if I sit on a fancier bench, will it give me a different stats? Let's see. Nope, they're about the same. So anything that you can sit on gives you stand stamina for about 10 minutes. We also have things for taking a dump. So here's your beautiful toilet. You also get buffs from using it. If I use the toilet, let me see, I will get a relief buff. It increases my movement speed slightly for 10 minutes, and the same for the toilet. And if I use the toilet instead of this one, will it give me a different buff? Let's check. No, they're all the same buff. So it's different skin, same buff. Other buffs that you can get are, for example, taking a bath. So if I go ahead and I take a bath, I will also get a buff called clean, but I'm not sure what this does because it doesn't really show me. I'm sure it gives you some buff because it's appearing there, but it doesn't tell me what kind of buff, so that's unfortunate. We also have other kind of buffs. Let's see, we have the bar. Oh, it's a bit glitchy. We have the bar. We have the grinding wheel. Let's see what else. I'm gonna see just in case. Let me check for these ones because I'm not sure. I think those are all of the buffs that you can get. So let me see. If you buy the bar and you use it, you're gonna get drunk, and it actually decreases your accuracy by 5%, but increases your melee for 2% for 10 minutes. I don't think these torches does anything. Nope. What about these? Nope. But the grinding wheel also gives you buff. Sharp weapon increases your melee again by 2% for 10 minutes. So those are all the buffs you can get from buying it in your home. I do think the buffs are slightly a bit too low on the side. I would hope that in the future updates they would increase the amount and also make it last longer, because 10 minutes isn't that much if you're exploring far for other maps. So I do hope that they increase that. But those are all of the things you get in the home. You also have the first floor you can craft. You can also craft on the second floor. So if I show you, you can craft on the second floor. We have stairs for you to help you get there. And then you have the third floor. Now there are some limitations. For example, you can make a 2-wall, or technically you can't unless you do the glitchy. There's a way to doing a 2-floor, but it doesn't let you make a 2-wall unless you do other means to get it. So maybe if you want a video on how to craft a 2-walls high, see if you want to craft a 2-walls high, just let me know and I'll make a video for that. Sorry, I'm studying a lot. I'm not used to making videos like this, so it's kind of a bit awkward for me to talk as well. But those are all of the features that you have. When it comes to your home, you can customize a little bit for the colors for your floor and your walls. I don't think there's anything else worthy of mentioning. The most beneficial of having a house is the sleeping bed, the chests, some of the buffs if you think they're worth it, but the most beneficial thing about having a house is getting these different farming zones, because they will really make your life easier and you'll get a lot of money. And every time you craft something, you also get experience for your character to level up, which is really nice as well. You don't only get the gear for crafting it, but you also get experience for getting your character level up. You don't get any kind of experience for your mining. Like if you play Elder Scrolls Online, your mining level 1 will be mining level 2. We don't have that kind of feature in the game. It's just your mining. As long as you invest enough points, you can already craft higher tiers and you can already wear them without being restricted to a character level. So that's all I wanted to show you. Those were all of the things that you have in the game so far for buildings. I don't think I've missed anything else. So I hope this video helps you, give you an idea on what you can expect and what you can do in this home builder mode.